Okay, Sue. Glad you made it. Let me know if you can't hear. Well, of course, you won't know if I'm talking if you can't hear, but I'll type it into chat as well. Just going to give it a couple minutes for some more people to come in. Hey, Jamie. I don't know how many people will be here today, but that's okay. I'm kind of rushed today. I've got some other engagements, so it's going to be a quick tutorial video today. And I did notice that I had posted the file on the site and I forgot to add 2 of the decorative panels, but they are in there now, so if you guys got it before the video, I apologize. You'll have to get it again. And this is the Hexagonal Poppin box. And special thank you goes out to Kathy, I hope I say this right, Gokenauer. She is the inspiration for this box. She saw one and asked if I could make a file for it. So using Design Space shapes, and I think I used one access image, we made it. So, and Kathy, you will need to get the new file. I know I gave you the file right when I was testing it so that you could get your card made, but I did do some tweaking. Okay, I don't know if I want to do the giveaways first or if I want to do the tutorial first. I think I'll do the tutorial first. So let me switch over to the project camera. And hopefully you guys got everything cut. For those of you watching it back on playback, you'll get the correct file. But it's the same as the other Poppin box that we did, except we changed the shape of it to a hexagon. And I did tweak this box a little bit. My ribbon was too fat, and I crinkled up my drawer on that one. But we're going to do this. I'm using my Mind's Eye paper and just some brown craft paper. And I'm just going to glue this panel down, glue my panel together real quick here for the top of my box so it has time to dry before I add any more glue on it. And I can tell it apart from the box base, the piece that goes into the box base. I added one of those and I don't want to mix them up. So you have your panels, all your decorative panels. You're going to need rubber bands, guys. And I noticed that this one, if you stretch the rubber band, it needs to stretch just shorter than the box, about 1/2 inch. And this one comes out to about between 5 1/4, 5 1/2 when it's flattened down. So when I stretch this rubber band, it goes way out to about 6 inches. So the first thing I'm going to do is tie a knot in that one. So if your rubber band is stretching a bit more than you want it to, tie a knot in it, maybe 2. But you want it to be kind of tight. I found this little rubber band in my assortment, and it's just under 1 inch when it's flat or not stretched. And I checked it, and it stretches right at 5 inches, and that's going to be probably perfect. but you can use both. The smaller it is or tighter it is, the more pop you're going to get. And the sleeve, it's all just mountain folds or away from you folds, whatever you guys want to call it. And I'm just going to burnish them down. And then I have one more on the end. The one that has the edges cut at an angle goes to the inside. And that's just so it doesn't get too bulky on the edge. I do too, Jamie. I like the shape of this one. I never thought about it when they first asked me about it. I had the pattern for the old square one, but I had never thought about doing a shape, and Kathy showed me one, and so we went for it. And this is a little bit tedious, guys, just because it's so thin. And you can skip this sleeve altogether. I found that it works just as well in an envelope. I'm off. So you can put it in an envelope. When they pull it out, as soon as they let go of it, it's going to pop. And my sleeve is a little bit off. I'm going to live with it. And just shape it back out after flattening it so that you have your shape. And let's put the panel on. Trying to stay in camera here. My paper keeps scooting on me today. And that's basically it for the sleeve. Now the box will pass in and out unless you put... I lost my little piece there. I have another little piece that I made for you guys that don't want the open end box. I'm leaving this one open end, but it has 2 scores on it. It's about 1.5 inches long. And it's scored the width of the box. And before, you can put this in there now, or you can put it in there before you do your side seam. It doesn't matter. Just, it helped me to kind of center it up. I just glued one side and then glued the other. And it will give you a stop so that the box doesn't come through on the back. So that's up to you. I'm going to leave mine open so they can do it either way. As a matter of fact, I did cut a piece of decorative paper, and I'm just going to fold it in half. And I am just going to glue it right here on the seam. I'm not even going to put it on both sides of the box, and I'm just going to glue it down to the bottom right there. So they have something to hold and they can pull on the other side. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue right there on the end after I glued it together, and I'm just going to center it, and hopefully it won't be in the way of my box when it goes in, but just something for them to hold on to. I think that's center anyway. So I'm going to set that to the side to dry, and this goes together just like a lot of the boxes and lids and stuff that you guys see. Fold in your small tabs. And then fold. You have 2 scores on each side. Yeah, it is. So I like it though. It kind of reminds me of a star when it's in the box until it unfolds. This craft paper is so hard to fold sometimes. But you need some heavy paper for the sleeve and the tray. I must be against the fiber here. There it goes. Didn't want to crack. There we go. And it being small doesn't help, but you want it to, you don't want too much pressure to push up on the sleeve for the box because of its shape. I had to make it wider. And until the glue dries and everything relaxes, it kind of puffs up the center, and then it relaxes. I got up the next day and mine was fine on the other one. Just putting glue on those 4 tiny tabs so that they have time to get tacky while I'm working with one. Just square it up. Till it holds. What have you guys been working on this week? I guess it's just me, you, and Jamie today. I know a lot of people were busy. Kathy said that she was going to try to make it, and then my other Kathy said she couldn't. I did send out the memo. And I have been working on a video for Cricut. And that's why I wasn't around yesterday, guys, and probably why I won't be around today and tomorrow. Because I did over 200 takes yesterday. One Christmas card? Yeah, I didn't get much done at all. I did over 200 takes yesterday. Every single time I got it right, where I wasn't stumbling or fumbling on my words, the phone would ring, the doorbell would ring, the dog would bark, the neighbor's kids would be outside screaming. So it was a fiasco. I got, out of 200 takes, I got a usable intro and a usable outro, and I got nothing in between. So that's what I'll be doing for the next 2 days because it's due. I have 4 days to get that in there. Well, actually 3 because they need to have it before I release it. So, got that. Now we're going to glue all 4 of the sides in. You guys know how to do this. I'm not going to worry about the glue on the bottom because I got a panel going in there, so it's okay. And I popped that loose. This craft board, I don't know, this is, Hobby Lobby changed their packaging. I don't know if they changed the actual craft stock or what, but this pack seems to be giving me fits on any small folds, and I've never had that happen before. It's like it doesn't want to glue as fast either. Now the other sleeve has a hole in it, guys. Before you put down your end panel, you need to put your ribbon in there, just like we did with the other Poppin box. This one I'm doing a little bit different. Which means I may have messed up putting that piece on there for that tab to pull it with this one. I forgot I was changing it. This is exciting. I'm waiting on glue to dry. I don't know why it doesn't want to dry on this cardstock. I had no problems with it ever before. It may just be because it's not relaxed yet. I'm just going to fold it in. Maybe it's got too much pressure on it. I'm not going to keep working with this though, because you guys know how to fold in the sides, and I'm just going to set it to the side to dry. But you have a piece in the box that looks like this, and I tied my ribbon to that, and I put a layer of cardstock just because I had it and I didn't want to waste it. I am just going to glue it almost all the way up. It's probably too wide, but and then I'm just going to place it on the back of the tray. And give it a rub down. That is going to drive me insane because it's not sticking. There it goes. And then put the panel in there. And hopefully my little tab I put on the other side is not going to interfere with that tray. I hope not. And you can put your message on here, your sentiment, stamp it on the bottom of the box. I'm just doing that. And, oops, I guess I want to wait on that to dry for sure. Oh, it works perfect. So now they have an end that they can hold, and then they can pull on this and pop out the tray. So I'm going to set that off to dry. Now the box. Everything is, I folded them mountain and valley on these hexagonal pieces, just to kind of break the paper down. And then the tab is a mountain and a mountain. Okay. And it really doesn't matter. Actually, here's my score line. These are all mountain folds on the square portions. So you're going to have it folded just like that. Let me flip this over because I went the wrong way with my flip flap. That's okay. Yeah, Jamie, that's what I said. I'm going to put, I like the pattern paper in there and then put another piece with the sentiment over that just to make it kind of blend with the front. And I just used the Affirma that came with that paper pack from my Mind's Eye. It's Winterberry, in case anybody needs it. That's my Mind's Eye Winterberry pack. It may be discontinued. I don't know. I got it on a sale. Okay, so once you have that done, you have these pieces. And you're just going to, on that score, fold it in half. So you make that little mechanism there, and then the wings are going to fold up against that. So W and a W, just like that, both of them. And it's really important when you put these in the box that you make sure they're going in the same direction. You don't want one of them facing down this way and one up this way. They both need to go the same way into the box. It doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as they both face the same way. So then you're going to take your two hexagon pieces, and you're going to glue these together just like this on the inside, creating that lip or spine. You call it a spine right there. So go ahead and get glue on one of your tabs. You want one of the hexagons up, one down, And then I just flattened it to one side, but don't let it stick if you over glue like I do. Don't let it stick to the side because it's going to need to stand up when we get to that portion. Now is the time really to put on the panels. So glue all the panels on at this point, unless, well, it doesn't really matter because you can flip it over. I am having a hard time lining up today. I don't know why. It might be because I don't have my glasses on. Did you guys get yours cut? I did that other one. I rotated back and forth, but I think I'm going to do all of these with the same pattern all the way around, because I'm going to be putting stickers or sentiments or something on mine. And I'm not going to make you guys watch all of this. You're just going to add all of your panels on at this point on both sides. Let's see, that didn't line up either. It's just going to be crooked because it's too late. So get all of the decorative on both pieces, all of them down, and then I'm just trying to really give that time to dry before I put any stress on it. Okay, so we're just going to pretend I've got them on the other side of the box as well. You hadn't had a chance to cut it yet. You're going to take this piece and on that center part, put some glue. And you can put it down the spine too. Don't get it all the way down here yet. We will, but not just yet. And you want to glue those together. Give them time to get dry. And I put a good amount of glue on there. I just want that glue to kind of reinforce it and make that cardstock as stiff as it can make it. Once it's dry. It won't until it's dry. As a matter of fact, I may let those sit for a second. With the spine up, I'm going to take one of these and I'm just going to put some glue on the center of the spine. And then on the two tabs, the wings. And slide it right over it. And make a note of which way it's on there so that I can put the other piece on the exact same direction. So you're going to glue these two together next. Same way with the folds to the inside. Okay, and I'm going to double check. I know that's not dry yet, but I'm just going to put some glue on the center of that spine. And on these two pieces. And make sure they are across from each other and facing the same direction. And it's not easy to see, guys. And I'm going to pull this back up so you can see it. So you can see that the mechanism, I hope, I have my little triangle down here at the bottom and my slit at the top, and same here. And that's what you want to make sure of. And just give them a minute to dry. Because if you don't, when you do this next step, it's just going to pull it right off. So while those are drying, I'll do these others. And then we'll do the gift-aways. Make sure everything gets good and dry. Droppies. 1 cup of coffee today has not done it. I started my diet and I can't have but 1 cup of coffee and that's driving me nuts. You can see it taking shape. Make sure that I put these on in the right direction. Try to give the guts time to dry. I do need a bigger cup. That's exactly what I said, Jamie. I need a bigger cup if I can only have 1 cup a day. I love this winterberry paper. It's so pretty. The only problem is they just don't give you enough to do. But maybe 2 projects, 2 cards, maybe. Maybe 3. It's like 1 sheet of everything. You didn't even get 2 sheets. That was my only drawback to that. I like to have 2 sheets of all of them. Okay. Flatten that down a little bit. All right, the next thing, you want to take that rubber band, and I hope I'm getting in this camera, and you're just going to put it in the slot on one side. If I can get it to go. Just like that, into that triangle piece. See if you guys can see that. It's in that triangle piece. And then you're going to come over to the other side and do the same thing. To me, this is easier than the square one, so that it looks just like that on the inside. Yeah, it does look more vintage. And then before you glue those tops, guys, test it. Make sure your rubber band is going to stretch far enough and pop. And mine does. Because once you seal it up, it's almost a done deal. You can get in there if you've got small fingers, but just saying. The only thing that I don't like is with this tight rubber band. This is basically, it's really too tight. You want it to keep its shape, and it's pulling it into a square, so I'm going to swap over to my other one. So even though the spring is good on it, it's just too, it's not relaxed enough for the open portion. So, if I can hook that rubber band in there again. Get in there. Once you have that rubber band in there, if you feel like you want to reinforce that piece by putting a piece of cardstock over it right there, you can, because it's just basically to hold in the band. I didn't do it on the other one, and it's been fine. It's been popped up, I don't know, 20, 30 times. So yeah, that one's a little bit better. It stretches, it's got pop, and it's going to hold its shape. It's a little bit more relaxed, so when I put this piece in, it'll relax. I'm thinking about, actually guys, I think I will add to the file a tab here and a tab here. Not big ones, just some small ones, so that you can glue them in at least on one side where you can reach it and help it hold its shape. Or either cut some tabs for it, something. Because you need a rubber band that'll pop, but you need it to go into shape too. This is the same size I used on the other one. After playing with it for a little bit, it went right into shape. But you're going to glue that tab and bring it in here. I'm just going to press it down from the inside. The only thing is, if I put all those tabs on there, one side will have them, the other side won't, but I don't think it will matter. So I think I will on one side add a couple of tabs so this doesn't pull back. It would help if my glue was sticking with this paper. It's not off bad. Maybe 1/8 of an inch once it gets the hold. But I would like it, see right here on this point. You could always trim it off too, but I think it'll be fine after I get it dry and play with it a little bit. But I will go in and add those tabs. I'm going to squish it down just a little bit. See if I can get my finger in there. This was where I had my most trouble, was getting that tab to stick. Just hold it for a minute. Yeah, I am too, Jamie. I think that the extra tabs is the solution. I mean, once you get both sides on there, it kind of forces it to go that way, but I still don't like that little bit of an area, and I think I can eliminate it by adding a couple more tabs, at least on one side. I think I'll do it on both, because we have to tuck this one down like this anyway and get it to take hold. Well, we can't. That's the thing. You can't. I can't put those tabs in. Because when we fold it flat, it won't fold. It'll stop it from folding. See? That's where they would glue. You can't. That's why they're not there. I don't like... Yeah, I think on this tab, red line tape's going to be the best bet. On this last one, anyway. Or something. There we go. Can start to compress it and hold that in there. Here we go. Like that. I'll let go of it. There we go. Now I have it. Yeah, I knew there was a reason. If I put those tabs in there, you can't flatten the box. It won't open. Yeah, for a minute, I'm glad I didn't do it, right? But I mean, it's you can see it's not that bad. It's OCD probably kicking in. I mean, right there. So then that is it, guys. Hey, Karen, that's okay. So that's how that box goes together. Let's put it in the tray and of course you'll have your stamps and your decoration and everything on there too, guys. And there's your box. Ta-da! Love it. Don't push that side in. I did that with my other one. And I almost never, because it was completely dry. This one's still damp, so the paper's relaxed. But it will fall flat like a star. How pretty would that be in silver or gold paper laying in there with some red behind it? Ooh, look like a star when they go to open it. So, there you go, guys. And this one will get more pop. I did notice with my other one, after it dried good, I could pull that rubber band up here and get another knot in it, and I still was able to get it to hook back. So you guys may want to do that or tie an extra knot in there, but that's the only way you can get your rubber band back on there. I'm trying to fish mine now because I unhooked it. I shouldn't have unhooked it. But you can get a crochet hook, whatever, if you can't get your fingers in there like I did. I got it in the other one and tied a knot in, another knot in it, because this one needs another knot. In my opinion, I want it to have bigger jump and then hook it back. It's just easier, since that's not dry all the way, to do before it dries. It's trying to be a booger. There we go. It is not going to beat me today. Give it a second. Yeah, Karen, these are really cool. I like them. They've been around for a few years. It seems like here in the last 2 or 3 weeks, people are digging up some of the old stuff. So, and I like to see that. I like to see some of the old stuff come back around. Yay! That's not quite dry. I had to let go, didn't I? Just gonna lay it flat and do it. Now, I hate to do it this way if you've got fresh glue on there, because if you glue it to itself, then it won't pop up. But this one's not. It's just tacky. There we go. So, that's that, guys. Now, giveaways. So, let me pop over to Design Space. And we can get rid of that. This file is uploaded and it does have the decorative panels in it. So if you got it before I put those in there, you'll need to get it again because I did update the file. And I'm going to go over to random numbers. We have 160 patrons eligible. So I've got the numbers in there and I am going to give away 4 gifts. So I'm going to do 4 draws. Let me get all my things in order here so I can see chat and my pages. And it's still covering. There we go. I want to be able to grab this back again. All right. So if anybody has any questions on the box, just don't forget to message me or ask me in the group, whatever, and I'll be happy to help you with that. But right now I'm going to get 4 numbers, and the first one is going to be 47. Let me make sure that I write this down so I do not forget. Number 47. Let's generate a second winner, number 84. 116 and 112. Those are our 4 winners. Let's see who's on those lines. And our first winner is Beatrice. Beatrice won. Let's see. Let me mark that. She was number 47. No, I don't want that. I want the cell, not the text. So I'll just, I always do that. Make that yellow. And I won't be able to read it, but let's go back. She was number 47. She was the first winner. Number 84. Deborah Vance. Deborah Vance is our next winner. So she'll be getting a gift away in the mail. 116. Lisa Dyer. Is a winner. She was 3rd. And 112. Teresa. She only has her first name in there, so I will have to find out which Teresa that is. This is why it's important to put your last names and your addresses in there, guys. I am going to choose another winner in case I cannot tell which one that one is. If I can, that's no problem, but I know I have several Teresas, and unless I can pinpoint that one, I should be able to because this one has Teresa Joyce. Unless I have 2 with one name. I don't think that I do. let's see. How can I tell? That's how I can tell. Okay, just 2 Teresas. So Teresa will be the 4th winner. I'll have to find out which one that is. All right. So congratulations to our winners. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jamie, Sue, Karen. I appreciate you guys coming. Thank you guys who are watching on the playback. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video Monday.